Greetings and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be exploring a phenomena that seemingly made people from all around the world combust into flames, leaving nothing but bones and ash behind. This topic is not for the faint of heart. That being said, grab a drink, get cozy, and let's jump right in. For several centuries, people have debated whether human beings can spontaneously combust or burst into flames without being ignited by an external source, though the first known accounts of spontaneous human combustion date all the way back to 1641. The phenomenon gained wider exposure in the 19th century after popular author Charles Dickens used it to kill one of his characters in his novel. But when critics accused Dickens of legitimizing something that didn't exist, he pointed to research showing 30 historical cases. More recently, cases of spontaneous human combustion have been suspected when police and fire department officials have found burned corpses with unscattered furniture around them. For instance, an Irish coroner ruled that spontaneous combustion caused the 2010 death of 76-year-old Michael Fartree, whose badly burnt body was discovered near a fireplace in a room with virtually no fire damage. Because the human body is composed mostly of water and its only highly flammable properties are fat tissue and methane gas, the possibility of spontaneous human combustion being an actual phenomenon seems remote. Many scientists dismiss the theory, arguing that an undetected flame source such as a match or cigarette is the real culprit in suspected cases. Typically, deceased victims are found close to a fire source, and evidence suggests that many of them accidentally set themselves on fire while smoking or trying to light a flame. On the other hand, believers point to the fact that the human body has to reach a temperature of roughly 3000 degrees in order to be reduced to ashes. Unless spontaneous human combustion were a genuine factor, it seems impossible that furniture would not burn as well. Proposed cases of the supposed phenomenon include bacteria, static electricity, obesity, stress, and most consistently excessive consumption of alcohol, but none have been substantiated by science so far. One recent hypothesis comes from British biologist Brian J. Ford, who in August 2012 described his experiments with combustion in magazine New Scientist. According to Ford, a buildup of acetone in the body, which can result from alcoholism, diabetes, or a specific kind of diet, can lead to spontaneous combustion. More than 200 cases of spontaneous human combustion have been reported around the world. Most involve a victim burning almost completely, although their extremities may remain intact while their surroundings remain unburned. In 1986, the charred body of a 58-year-old retired firefighter, George Mott, was found in his apartment outside Crown Point, New York. All that was left of him was a leg and a shrunken skull and pieces of his rib cage. In February, 65-year-old Danny Van Zandt was found burned to death in his home in Sequoia County, Oklahoma. With no signs of burns on nearby furniture, spontaneous combustion was suspected, but a recent medical examiner's report concluded Van Zandt died from a heart attack before a lit cigarette may have ignited his clothing. And in 1985, Frank Baker, a Vietnam veteran living in Vermont, claims he spontaneously caught fire while sitting on his couch. Unlike others, Baker lived to tell the tale. Most scientists dismissed the idea that humans can catch fire for no reason. Many cases involve victims who were alone and close to a flame, such as a cigarette or a candle. Often the victim have been elderly or intoxicated and thus unable to put out the flames. In order for anything to combust, three things are required: very high heat, a source of fuel, and oxidizing agent, which is generally the oxygen in the air. As mentioned before, the human body is largely composed of water, making it very difficult to burn. Some have suggested that the fat in the human body could act as a fuel source, and the victim's hair or clothing might act as a candle wick, known as the wick effect. As the fat melted, the body would burn from the inside out, leaving the surroundings intact. Paranormal investigator Larry Arnold of the organization Parascience International, as he attempts to recreate the wick effect by wrapping a ham bone in a cloth and igniting it. He is unsuccessful, but the BBC TV TV show. QED performed a similar experiment in 1998 with a pig body wrapped in a blanket and showed that the body burned for several hours without igniting its surroundings. British biologist and author Brian Ford has another theory for the source of the enigmatic blazes. In a condition called ketosis, the human body produces small amounts of flammable substance acetone, which is a component of nail polish remover. Ford believes that when a person is ill, they may produce enough acetone that a tiny spark, perhaps due to static electricity, could cause a person to catch fire and burn. Although not mentioned in the show, another popular theory suggests that methane built up in the intestines might somehow ignite. Despite these scientific justifications, some people maintain that cases of human combustions have no rational explanation. For them, the morbid idea of a human being mysteriously going up in flames is too alluring to pass up. That being said, I ask you, the person watching this video right now, what do you think of this phenomena? Is it real or is it just a theory? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That is it for today's episode. If you liked it, don't forget supporting the channel by hitting the like button. For more videos like this, subscribe to the channel and enable bell notifications so you don't miss out on every single upload. I wish you all the best, stay safe everyone, and good night.